Hey guys, it's me Rio. I'm back with another video, and today I am back reviewing the season for Derby County. Of course, I did it last season in the 2025-2026 season. I think I started mid-season. I think the first one I ever did was against Hull, but I stopped mid-season as well because I was busy doing a lot of stuff. I think most likely in February. So this season, in the 2026-2027 season, hopefully I'll be able to do more. This time I'm actually going to do little things differently this season. I'll be, instead of reviewing and previewing the games in separate videos, I'll be doing one video where I review one match, and to carry on for the whole of the season. So of course this one we'll be reviewing the first game this season, not in the Championship but in the EFL Cup against Lincoln City. Of course there's a lot of things we have to go through, such as the squad numbers, the friendlies that we had to go through, and possibly my predicted score, my predicted lineup. So let's get into it. The first thing I would like to talk about is the friendlies that we played in July and August. Of course, within the friendlies, we won 2, drew 2, and lost 3, which may seem alright from us Derby fans, but to me, I find that completely rubbish. The fact we did not play a single game at Pride Park within the friendlies may cause problems. Of course, the players hadn't played at Pride Park for about 3 months since the last game was the final game of this season, where we lost to Sheffield United. You have to play at least one game at your home ground, in my opinion, within the friendlies, so you can get used to the atmosphere again. But the fact we didn't, and we played the first game of the season against Lincoln City there in a cup tie, may cause problems. Hopefully we don't get battered, but yeah. And also the fact most of the draws and losses we got within the friendlies were against lower league sides. Even though we won 2 of them against Mansfield and Atherton, we lost and drew to Burton, Rotherham, and another team, Port Vale, in a behind closed doors match. Honestly, as a team that came 8th in the Championship, we should be doing better. Of course, possibly even battering these teams, to be fair. But we somehow lose to Burton and drew to Rotherham. Well, how? Hopefully, this form within the friendlies does not carry over to the actual season. Hopefully, we'll be fine. Next, I would like to talk about the squad numbers. Within the squad numbers provided to us by Derby County, we have 27 players, which may seem good, especially within depth. Within a normal team, we're supposed to have 20 players, 11 on the pitch, 9 on the bench. So, in hindsight, it may look alright. But I have a few problems. The ones being that the fact we only have 3 centre-backs and 2 out-and-out wingers. Of course, we can change players around due to versatility, such as making Ward a right winger instead of a right back, because of his versatility. But, of course, we need to make signings, and we still have 21 days left in the transfer window. So hopefully, and I mean hopefully, we get some more players in. Of course, we have the likes of Baxalane and David Mubama coming into the side, hopefully on loan, thanks to a new youth coach being hired by Derby County. I forgot the guy's name, but hopefully it goes well for both of them if they join. And of course, we might be signing David Oze, Ben Barrett and Diaz, and a few other players as well. So hopefully we'll be fine. Now, I'm going to talk about my score prediction. In my opinion, I think we'll hopefully get a 2-1 win over Lincoln City in the Carabao Cup. Of course, Lincoln are not proved to be in the Championship. This is their first season back, and we have been in the Championship for way longer than them. To be honest, it shows that we have more experience within the Championship, and Lincoln are not used to the level yet. Hopefully we get 2-1 win. So let's go into my predicted lineup. Now I'm going to be talking about my predicted lineup, or as I said in the last clip, let's go on to it. Within my predicted lineup, I've gone for a side that's not the strongest side that could be put up by John Eustace, but a side that can actually work and hopefully get a win against Lincoln City. I've put Vickers in goal. Of course, Zetterstrom might be leaving. And then the backline in Forsyth, Sanderson, Langas, and Nyambe. Of course, Nyambe hasn't played a game since the first half of the season of last season, before going out on loan to Reading. In my opinion, I find him not the best right back, especially in the games against Coventry, which I went to, and I will be going to this game, by the way, against Lincoln City. Honestly, I think Nyambe is not the best player we can have at right back. Of course, the fact we have Johnston and Joe Ward. But I think Eustace will play a weak inside. And the fact we only have Charlie Taylor and Craig Forsyth at left back. We have no Merkin due to him being unavailable thanks to a hamstring injury he got against Norwich, which may mean he'll be out for 5 weeks, as said by the Derby Digest. Same with Brewster. Ajimang is predicted to be out until December or January, again said by the Derby Digest. In the midfield, I've put Fraulo and Houdmine. Again, Houdmine has not been playing for the team. He went out on loan for the whole of the last season to Go Ahead Eagles. We don't know. I don't know how he's played there. I did not watch Go Ahead Eagles. Hopefully, he'll still do well for Derby. And Fraulo, he's not an out-and-out starter. Of course, his first start coming against Leeds last season in the FA Cup. He seemed alright, except the fact he got a yellow card that game. He seemed alright. I said that twice, but I'm just proving that the fact he's alright. And then also at Cam, I've put Bobby Clark as one of the more stronger players. Sammy Shimoda's on the left, and Owen Eames as a surprise on the right. Of course, people may see him as an attacking midfielder, but with his pace, I think he'll do well at the right, if that actually works out. Of course, from the game against Ipswich, he did seem like a good dribbler. He should have gotten a penalty in that game when we lost 2-1. I was there. And I think, honestly, as striker, Morris has apparently got a knock. John Eustace said that on the BBC Radio Derby, saying he got a knock before one of the friendly games. Ajimang's out. So, in my opinion, I think Salverson will start. I mean, of course, we could start DeJohn Brown, but apparently he's gone out on loan to Rochdale. So, I think Salverson's the best option we can go for that striking. Of course, some of the players that may be unavailable, or the youth, such as Charlie Smith, Rio Cannavale, and those players like that, will be put on the bench. Same with Richard O'Donnell for a tad bit of experience, I guess. But I think, hopefully, from that side, we can get a 2-1 win. So that's it for the video. I've talked about my predicted lineup, my predicted score, the squad numbers, and the friendlies, which I think I've covered everything. If there's any questions, put in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can get more of these. Of course, the next one will be out by next week against Charlton Athletic. Again, next Friday. Honestly, hopefully against Lincoln, which I'll be going to, I can see a team that has definitely improved from the friendlies. Of course, new signings like Bill Bia, Bobby Clark on a permanent, Schmadik's still back on loan, and also Charlie Taylor. If they do play, hopefully he'll do well. And hopefully we can go through to the second round like last season. So I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully this is more of a better review. Comment any improvements that I should be doing within these videos. And yep, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.